Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Mackay T Podcast. Here are your hosts, Ryan Mackay and T Davis.
This is the Mackay T Show. This is the Mackay T Show. We talk movies and TV shows, sports and world news, coasting like on a world cruise. Hosted by Brian Mackay and T Davis. Yeah, you can't tame us. We're going to the top, we're becoming famous.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.
Welcome back to the Mackay T Show podcast. College football, week 3. We had Florida Gators going 3-0 after spanking North Texas. Really not much to say about this game. More just looking ahead to the Tennessee matchup this coming
Well,
week.
I got something to say
Okay,
about the dirty hit.
go ahead.
That was a dirty hit. And you can make anything look like a football play or a basketball play and say, oh, I was just, clearing my space with my elbow up, and I knew she was close enough for me to elbow in the face, but I can make that look like a regular play. I'm probably going to get a foul call or charge for it, and he got that personal foul call, but that's just dirty. You wasn't going to win. It was no need to go at his knees because you could have hit him higher than going at his legs. But that's what I had to say. All right.
No, I agree. I think that was definitely Bush League. But it is what it is.
Now we got Tennessee fans doing GoFundMe's for Applebee's funeral. I'm like, really, Tennessee?
Yeah,
Really?
they real cocky because they think this is the year. They think this is the year.
Let this 11-game streak go down.
Right.
Is that what it is?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Okay,
they're thinking Butch is gonna lead them. Of course, they got real quiet after that Appalachian State game because they was happy to get out of that one. But yeah, they think this is the year. They got all that preseason hype, and I'm not sold on them.
Well, since they were struggling against who was it? Some little team. They almost got beat by Appalachian State the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Then they just pulled that whoever they played recently out in late in the game.
Virginia Tech.
No, it was another little school right after that one.
Oh, Ohio. Yes, Ohio.
Yeah. So, long as my defense come, Applebee, listen, if you listening, I know you probably not. But if you are, if somebody know Applebee, call him and just tell him, take care of the ball. Don't try to do anything special. And the defense going to get us in the position where Eddie can kick a couple of field goals. And whether we win by 3, like 9-0 or whatever, if we have to kick off field goals to win, just let that happen.
Hey,
don't try to be a hero.
It's still a W.
Yes.
No matter how
Don't
you
try
get
to be a
there.
hero.
Let's see. Moving on to my Rebels. We dropped to 1-2 after once again squandering a big lead, albeit against the number 1 team in the nation, Alabama. It doesn't get any easier. Next up, we got Georgia. All right, we have a camera. Yay. Sorry, your camera just came up. Yeah, so it doesn't get any easier. We have Georgia coming up this week.
Look at here. Georgia's bad, but the way we play, we allowed to get another lead and squander it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm the best quarterback in the country. He the reason they don't lost these 2 games, and I'm going to just lay it at his feet. If he don't fumble and get that fumble touchdown, if he don't, I don't know if he was throwing it or what was happening. If he don't do that and then they get that pick 6, I think the outcome, they might have been able to hold off and win by field goal or touchdown, but can't have that happen.
Yeah, it is what it is, and I think Georgia's going to present I think our defensive line can hold up against Chubbs, but also I can see Chubbs, doing damage to him. So I think they're going to present some problems. Hopefully we can go in there and it's frustrating as Chad Kelly has been so far this year. he has put up some amazing numbers based off the fact that he has some of the biggest Stringfellow, A.J. Brown, D.K. Metcalf's hurt right now, but he was in those first 2 games. He had, out of boys, they have some weapons in that receiver core. If we had a running back, like we always say, if this was fifth, but if we had a running back, we'd be doing damage.
I don't even think it's the running back. It's again him not taking care of the ball.
Yeah.
Because his offense, them little swing passes. He just got to take care of the ball. If he take care of the ball, they'll be fine. If he had them dumb turnovers, fumbles, they'll be in a dogfight. That's really the bottom line.
Well, speaking of this Alabama game, that brings us to our next segment, which is a new segment that I've added.
Oh, Lord.
It's called Chantin and Rantin. And in this, it gives us a chance, if we have a pet peeve or something getting on our nerves, some ignorance out there, purely for therapeutic and comedic purposes only. But it gives us a chance to get something off our chest. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go first because...
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, and it has direct correlation with this Ole Miss Alabama game.
Oh, Lord.
Alabama fans, I'm speaking to you.
What they do.
Not the ones that went to school at Alabama, the very few that went to school at Alabama, because they don't say anything. They're very respectful, and they're the least ignorant when it comes to that fan base. I'm speaking to the ones who have probably never even been to Tuscaloosa, and if you have, it's because you went to a game. You never went on campus. You never took a class there. You're a fan of Alabama because your mama, daddy, uncle, cousin, brother, sister, whatever, was a fan of Alabama. I'm speaking to you. Please understand. I am fully aware that y'all got the number 1 team in the nation. Yes, y'all beat us, but don't act like the last 2 years were a fluke. We beat y'all, yes, and if you're gonna bring them up, and if you're gonna run your mouth after you beat us this year, please learn how to spell. It is not the goalposts are not intact. Tacked. No, they are intact. Intact. Please learn how to spell if you're going to run your mouth. And there was so many people on my timelines on Facebook, Twitter, with that exact same quote, and every last one of them spelled it wrong.
Oh, they were saying keep it, like when they tore down the goalpost last year.
Oh, yeah, 2 years ago when they tore the goalpost down, they were making the joke saying, "Oh, the goalposts are intact this year." Intacked. No, that's not how you spell it.
Maybe they did go to Alabama. I'm just joking.
Yes, but that is my chanting and ranting for this week. You have anything?
So my chanting and ranting. Hold on, where's my phone? Because I had to write down. I ain't know we just had one. I had 2 of them.
Go for it. You can go with 2. If you got 2, go with 2.
My chanting and ranting. I am watching the Ohio State Oklahoma game, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the kid, he gets a pick. No, I think it was a kickoff return. Either way, you know how they drop the ball real fast after they cross the line?
Right.
I said, hold up, I don't think he crossed the line with the ball. And so then they showed it again. And then finally, like after they showed the third replay, the announcers were like, oh, it looks like he dropped the ball. He had got to the 1 and had dropped the ball. And I was like, how are you missing this? Like, I saw that in real time. I was like, I don't think he crossed the line before he dropped the ball.
Right.
Why? Football players, just hold on to the ball the whole time. Why you can't take it all the way to the back of the end zone if you want to drop it and then drop it?
They've shown this same thing in about 4 or 5 other games. It's like the new thing to do. Like some cool points you trying to get.
I'm like, what the world? And then I feel like I saw Odell Beckham do it in one of their games. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't think he crossed the line. And I don't think they revisited it in that game so I could see if I was right or not. Okay, this is my second vent. Or chant. Rant. Now, Ray Rice, whole little soul, he wasn't playing no good football anyway, but they was eating him alive for his little abuse stuff. How quiet have they been about this Giants kicker?
I ain't heard a word.
Ain't nobody said nothing.
They suspended that boy for a game, and
then nobody said nothing.
Right.
And his stuff has been just as bad. The way his wife talking, some of the stuff I read, he is not a good person. But ain't nobody talking about it. They just kind of, and I don't want to say it because he's a white guy and Ray was black. I don't know. Maybe we need video these days for anybody to get upset about anything for real. Maybe we need some video of him slapping his wife around, and then we'll be more upset. We weren't really that upset about Ray Rice, and then all of a sudden we saw the video and lost our minds. But I'm just saying, I want y'all to treat everybody equal.
Yeah, I mean, the details.
He's not a good person. Y'all don't say nothing about it.
The details were enough for everyone to go ham on Greg Hardy. So,
right.
And we saw no video of that. We saw the picture evidence, obviously. We saw pictures of the girl. But
so I don't know what the deal is with that, but that was all I had to say was, what's up with that? Like, why we want to get on some athletes about their poor behavior, and then we let some people just ice skate on through.
Yeah.
And speaking of ice skating, okay, it's getting outrageous, America. Now I found another one.
Oh my!
As you can see, I'm struggling with my hair.
Yeah, that's all right. They can't see it, but
so, America, you better than this. This kid, and I have to say his color because it's relevant. This kid, white kid, sexually assaulting a 2-year-old. It took 2 years for his case to go to court. So obviously he was in jail for 2 years. When his case goes to court, he was caught in a porn sting thing, and that's how they found out. But he had put some video of him sexually assaulting a 2-year-old, molesting, whatever you want to call it, and putting video out. Guess what the judge gave him? 10 years probation with the time served. So he out of jail already. He just got registered as a sex offender. Now, I know we ain't trying to I don't want to make everything about race, but my brothers and sisters be going to jail for having marijuana. And if you gonna say that having marijuana is bad, and I ain't talking about selling it, I'm just talking about having some on them. If you going to jail for that, I don't understand how, one, you get 3 months, Mr. Brock Turner, for sexually assaulting some young lady behind a dumpster. I can't remember this kid's name, but then you get time served, and now you out, and you probably gonna molest some more kids. He should be under jail.
Yeah, he should be thrown completely under the jail. That makes me sick just thinking about it.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah,
it don't make any sense. How is it that you think that this person should be out in society when he molested a child and streamed it, and he is involved in a porn, sting operation or whatever? How is it he out? Like, why is he not still in jail?
No, he needs to be in jail so he can get done to him what he's done to others. Yeah.
I just need to keep him away from children right now.
Yeah, he needs to be as far away. Far
We've
away.
seen how people that's supposed to be child molesters still be living around the corner from elementary schools and all that other stuff. And so that's the end of my rant. It's America, you better than that.
That worked out good. I can't wait till next week. I'm sure I'll have something else. And I'm sure you'll have 4 or 5 things again.
Sure. I'll find something else to talk about.
It just makes me feel good. I feel good in my chest now because I've been holding that since Saturday. This was all stewing in me. It was stewing in me.
Getting on you, and then they can't even spell.
Right. Yeah. So we're moving on to NFL. Drew Brees passed Dan Marino for 3rd on the all-time passing list. He's now behind Peyton and Brett Favre. Saints still lost to the New York Giants and dropped to 0-2 on the year. Saints defense is still terrible. Their offense is going to be the only thing that keeps them in games. And I was very disappointed this past weekend because I was expecting another 150 points scored between both teams. And
they struggled. Both of them struggled.
Yeah, they didn't give it to me. And
that was a good game, though. I watched that one.
Yeah, it came down to the wire, and I'm sad for my family, the big Saints fans that they are. I'm sad for them.
Y'all gonna have to just be sad all year with the 49er fans. Y'all will be all right.
Yeah. So Yeah, moving on from there. The night game Sunday night, Sam Bradford. We might have seen the rebirth of Mr. Bradford. Now I know
He
it's only
played well.
one game, but he played. They played in Green Bay, or no, they played in Minnesota. Excuse me, against Green Bay. It was the opening of the new stadium. His first start for the Vikings. He went 22 of 31, 286 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looked really good. And I mean, they got a bunch of weapons out there in Minnesota now. Adrian Peterson went down with a knee injury. Now we know that it was MCL tear.
He
Uh,
done.
he could. They're saying he'll be week to week right now. But
He done.
yeah,
He done. Shout out, Larry. We was talking about this. You know, quarterback. I mean, running backs have a shelf life, and usually, like, they just good, and then all of a sudden you just be like, what happened to that guy? And so now with him having these back, didn't he have injury last year or something? He keep having these injuries.
2 years ago.
Okay, 2 years ago, he recovered. He done. It's over. Like, he about to be at where, you know, he drop off and you be like, what happened to Adrian Peterson?
Well, I mean, he's past that 30 threshold that running backs, you know, usually don't ever pass.
He did, but now you see he's starting to get these little injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he fought back from that one. He had a good, I guess it was a good season last year, but yeah, it's over. I'm sorry, Adrian.
Oh my.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he comes back here soon because he's on one of my fantasy teams. But that's
oh Lord, he's so self-absorbed.
I had a bad weekend. I still won, but I lost Adrian Peterson and Danny Woodhead in the same weekend. The Woodhead tore his ACL out there in San Diego, and yeah, that's two weeks in a row they lost somebody to an ACL tear. Chargers.
Yeah. So what's that about? Usually that was. Back in the day, that was the female basketball player or volleyball, whatever, female injury. Now you see more guys tearing nails.
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, this is going to be something, and I didn't have this listed as topic, but just yesterday it was announced that your girl, Delisha Milton-Jones, is...
She retired? It's about time. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so...
So I didn't even know she was still playing. But go ahead.
She was not, and that's probably what's led to that. Nobody picked her up. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. I'm laughing more at you than her situation. But yeah, she retired. But keeping with the basketball thing, I want to give a quick review. I was able to play a couple of days worth of NBA 2K17. I know you had already you had already enlightened me on a lot of things that I didn't know about the game. But just kind of giving a little rundown. Like you had already discussed with me, Michael B. Jordan is a character in the game. His name is Justice Young. He undrafted free agent signee on the same team as you. As you're playing through the career mode. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's real, just hard worker, you know, and they tell you all throughout the games, you know, when they're talking about him, he's a hard worker, always in the gym rat, and you know, he's got you. He starts out being real standoffish with you because he's not really happy the fact that, you know, you're a first round pick. He didn't get drafted. He don't like you very much. So, but as I've gone, I'm about 6 or 7 games into the season.
Okay.
One thing I didn't like that they did in last year's game. You can't play any high school games. I enjoyed the high school part of it. They just basically, you're in the gym right before you make your decision on your college with your high school coach, and they go through a highlight film of your high school days. That's all they do. But I picked Kansas for my college choice. Went to Kansas, won the national championship my freshman year.
Jayhawk.
Yeah, went on to the pros. So yeah, I'm actually got picked 7th by Denver, which was where the Murray kid from Kentucky got picked. He's still on the team, so you still have him with you. But yeah, like I said, Justice Young, played by Michael B. Jordan, is on the team. I'm in game 6 now, so at this point I've kind of formed a little bond with him. And that's where the orange juice thing comes up. And how that comes about, they call themselves Orange Juice because they were sitting there watching highlights of old Bulls tapes, talking about how the Bulls, put that fresh squeeze on them on defense and how they play defensively, and that's the way they think they need to play. So the fresh squeeze obviously turned into orange juice, and there you go, orange juice was born. And now you're just getting to the point.
Oh, Jesus.
That
I'm
happened
glad you told me why, because I was just like, orange juice, what the world?
So that happened about 3 or 4 games ago, but it's just not getting out into the media. So, and there's a TV reporter, which I think is going to play big time later on in this thing, because he seems like he's real nosy and just real cynical about things.
Well, I told you a lot of the characters have some influence on your career, including your barber or something. Have you met that person?
I have. Michael B. Jordan's character, Justice, brings us to the barbershop, and we've only been there once, but apparently, you can tell and I think it's played by Hannibal Buress. I think the barber is played by Hannibal Buress.
I couldn't tell you. I don't even have a video game, which makes me sad, but that's another story for another time.
But like I said, I'm only 6 games in. I'm 3-2 on the year. We just got through beating Golden State, which was a big win, so we got some nice publicity from that.
First of all, is this the Golden State with Durant and all?
Yes. So I don't know how.
What are you? Are you a point guard or center? Are you?
I'm a point guard. And my defense is suspect at this point. My abilities are not up to par just quite yet. But I do like how the gameplay is so realistic. Like you can't just run up on somebody, because you will bump them. They will bump you, and fouls will be called. I mean, it's just.
So what about like, are you a 50 or 60? Like, what are you?
Well, I am right now. I started out as a 60, 63, 64, I believe.
That's terrible.
But you get more virtual currency or whatever they call it to add more abilities later each game. There's a doing work meter that goes with you, because you got practices that you can go to, open gym. You get that built up, and that gets you more unlockables throughout the whole process. So I'm able to. I haven't missed the open gym yet. And
I just want to know: have you ever been to practice and nobody else was there? Because that is the thing that can happen.
One time. There's a day off day where you have 3 open gyms, and one of those open gyms is just you, but you're able to run sprints by yourself, and you can do all kinds of stuff to gain that doing work meter. And when there's people in the gym, you can play 1-on-1. If there's 4 people, you play 2-on-2. Practices are really cool. Team practices, because you do like a Boston defensive drill. You do, there's different drills they make you do, and you always in practice with a 5-on-5 scrimmage. And all that gives you more doing work meter points.
And some practice.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's really a good way to build you up. And I mean, I'm up now to, I think I'm a 75 overall. And yeah. And I put my points in all the right places. So defensively, I'm suspect, but offensively, I'm averaging. I'm to the point now where I'm getting more minutes. So I'm averaging, I think, 25 points a game right now.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm leading the league in assists.
Okay.
And Justice. As the orange juice thing happens, you're able, if you pass it to him or he passes to you, and either one of you score, you get about 3 times in a row. You get activated the orange juice mode, where you can control both you and Justice.
Okay, so that's when you can do it.
Right.
It's not automatic. Okay.
So yeah, but I'll as I dig deeper into the game, I will give more details.
Yeah, we need some more information, because I'm poor and I can't. Lord, I'm sorry, I'm lying.
That's where I was going next. Can we get a GoFundMe started for T? T is having some PlayStation issues. T is right now having her PlayStation looked by some engineers on campus. It's broke down.
That's how bad it is. I got students.
And hopefully they can come through for. We're gonna pray about it. But if not, in the coming weeks, we may start a GoFundMe campaign so T could get, cause T need a PlayStation. T needs her, she needs her game console. So we may think about starting a GoFundMe page.
Yeah, I might need one. I don't need. Look, what is it? I need about $500.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can get the console and the game.
And the game. Because that's all I need is that one game. I'm really not going to play much else.
Right. But our last topic tonight, Empire Season 3.
Oh, it's starting? Okay.
Tonight.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. The first episode. So I wanted to kind of just get into a little prediction mode.
Okay.
Apparently, they're going to start right off the bat with explaining there was a tragic event. Somebody has to die.
Right.
It's going to be
either
either Rhonda.
And didn't make it.
It's going to be Rhonda or Nika. So what do you think? Where do you think that's going to go?
I don't think either of them going to die.
I don't either. I think they're
be...
teasing it, and then they're both going to be living.
Yeah. I think both of them live. Like, they're going to fall into something that we don't know was on the other side of that little thing.
Yeah.
And because that still got to go on. Like, you can't kill. I mean, I guess you could kill either one of them off, but I think they both are good, intricate characters that don't necessarily need to die. I don't think either one of them gonna die.
Right. Apparently, this season is going to be big on focusing on Lucius and his half brother Tariq, who was the FBI agent. Apparently, we're going to get a lot of that tonight. And they're going to, because I think he's going to continue his investigation into Lucius and Empire. And, everything that's been going on with Lucius throughout the first two seasons.
I'm interested to see how Cookie and Lucius' relationship after he married a girl. So
yeah, just up and married Anika.
And, that's just not a good look. Not really sure how that's going to pan out for Mr. Lucius. But, Cookie ride or die, so she'll be still around giving her input. And preferably they get some more artists because I'm tired of just seeing the boys from the family sing or whatever every time.
No guest stars this year, this season. I know the biggest name I've heard, and it's supposed to have a pretty big deal throughout the season, is Mariah Carey. Don't know what her role's gonna be, but I've seen videos and pictures of her and Jamal singing together. And he's another one, I don't think this episode, but I kind of looked ahead to the second episode, kind of the description, the info on that. I think the second episode, we're going to get a lot of him, dealing with being shot and, just his fallback from that we really didn't get at the end of last season.
Right.
Yeah, what's going to happen with Hakeem and Laura? I know the wedding was called off.
She said she wasn't dealing with that foolishness. I ain't mad at her. Nobody got time for that.
I think he's going to wind up getting back with Soraya, whatever her name is, the artist.
The first girl.
Yeah, the first one. That's half lesbian or whatever they call it. Bisexual, excuse me.
Yeah, you out of order.
I'm sorry. You
out of order.
So, yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I can't wait to talk about it next week. So.
Well, I'm interested to see, what happens with the new, what's the cops? The black-white guy. The white guy that's crazy and the black guy. Lethal Weapon. I'm interested to see how Lethal Weapon goes.
Yeah, that comes on an hour before Empire tonight, so that'll be interesting.
I don't know that this whole baseballs with the girl playing baseball, I really don't know how far that can make it. I'm sure they might have some kind of twist that I don't foresee, but I don't know. But anyway, right. Blacklist. Interested to see what's going on with Blacklist. Mm-hmm. Now that we know that I can't even think her name is not dead, like we thought she was, and now that's gonna be interesting. All my Blacklist people know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Excited about not CSI. It might be CSI Los Angeles. Oh, what is the one that the LL Cool J on?
Oh goodness, I know what.
Something Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah, Google it, people. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's something else coming on. Because OWN got a lot of little shows. Queen.
Yeah, somebody was telling me about a show I need to check out on the other day. I cannot remember what it was.
Queen, Sugar Queen.
Yeah, something like that.
Because the daddy has a lot of land that he left to his 3 children. One want to sell it, one want to keep it, one want to do whatever.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
Oh yeah. With Danny Glover. Isn't he the daddy?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he'll be gone real soon unless he do some flashbacks to. And the first thing he's like dying.
Right. So. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting fall season for TV shows. I think that's gonna wrap it up for us today. As always.
Sex Week at Ole Miss. #Sex Week at Ole Miss. Y'all check us out. We had a good time last night in Residential College South. Had fun. Sex trivia. That was fun last night. Got sex, food, and pop culture tonight. See how that goes.
Look at the Office of Health Promotion. Go ahead. Oh my goodness. Alright, well, as always, I am one of your co-hosts, Brian Mackay, and I am with
Dr. T Davis.
And this has been the Mackay T Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
This is the Mackay T Show. This is the Mackay T Show. We talk movies and TV shows, sports and world news, coasting like on a world cruise. Hosted by Brian Mackay and T Davis. Yeah. You can't tame us. We're going to the top, we're becoming famous.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.